Welcome to another firearms and safety YouTube. Today what we'll be going over is basically the basics of mounting an optic, and that's pretty much the differences between a plate and having something direct milled, and that's pretty much what we're covering today. I'm not going to actually take off any optics because I don't need to. This is mainly to help someone that requested a video. But yeah, so basically getting into the two methods, here you have a direct mill, okay? That means that I sent this whole slide out. It was bare. There's three kinds, right? This is a custom direct mill. So I basically had something that did not have this cut here. I shipped this part out, and then I said, hey, could you cut this for my optic? They said, absolutely. And this is directly in there, right? So the slide is cut specifically for this Trijicon RMR-CC, okay? This is the first method, and frankly my favorite method, although it could be arguable it's not that different than an optics ready version, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about that. And again, these are clear, so I just, no mags, no nothing, these are all clear. So again, if you're basically mounting your optic to directly a slide or to a direct slide, you're going to use your Torx bits, and then you're going to, it's going to come with these screws, right? You're going to put, particularly, I think it's, there's a specific grease that I like to put right on the slide so it doesn't rust. And I'll figure out what it is later, and if I post it, I'll post it. I think it's like, it has to do with conducting electricity, because this battery is on the very bottom. So basically I will put that grease down, then I'll pop that right on in, and then use the Torx screws. Now what I'll do with all the Torx screws is that any screws that we have here is that I will take them and I'll wipe them off with rubbing alcohol, isopropane alcohol. Acetone works very well. Obviously do this in a ventilated area, but the point about this is really you want to clean those threads off, and then you want to add something like blue Loctite. Purple Loctite will work. However, I don't, I personally haven't tried it. I heard it's weaker than blue Loctite, but I like, using blue Loctite on these, mainly because it allows you to get the threads out. So first things first is that you're going to back this on out. What I like to do is I'll back it on out until I hear that click. Once I hear that click, I will begin to start turning that in. And when I turn it, what I'll do is I'll turn it until I know that it's in, and I'll turn the other one. And I'll just one at a time, one turn on this guy, another turn on this guy. And I'll just alternate until it is about hand tight. Do not over tighten these, or you will send this. That's a trip to the gunsmith. Okay, so that's how you're going to go about putting on some Torx screws, or just to mount this on when it comes to a direct milled setup. And yeah, other than that, here's your you use a flathead screwdriver if you want to alternate how you are going to change that dot. So this is an RMR-CC, very, very small dot. And this is my wife's same width, but ACSS technology. There's a reason why I had to fish for this, because that ACSS says, hey, go to the right. There's your dot. Hey, you aimed wrong. Aim down. There you go. Right? Now, when you're properly aiming, you will not see the outer circle, okay? Now, I really enjoy this this particular dot. RMR-CCs have batteries underneath. That's a big minus. I really hate that, mainly because you have to take this off every time you change the battery, and then you have to re-zero your optic. This here has a side tray right here, and you better pull this out, do the acetone, wipe those, clean those threads down, wipe them down. And then after that, you're going to want to make sure that you put that blue Loctite on there, put that battery in, and slide it. Here you'll see the difference is that these are marked, and I marked this with a silver Sharpie. You can do a white Sharpie. And the reason why I did this is because it'll tell me if the screws are backing out, and then if I ever have to remove this, I'll just take a photo of what it's like, and then I'll know exactly how tight they should be. So that'll tell me if my screws are backing out under the stress of any kind of recoil. And yeah, just moving on. This here was an optics ready P365 Rose XL comp. It came with a little plate. You unscrew, so it was all set with irons. You unscrew it, and then this had the footprint for the 507K, which again, very simple process because it's essentially direct milled. You pull off that plate that's covering it, then you have a set of screws. From there, you would clean those screws down, put them in a little bit of blue Loctite, snap this on, and then once you're here, basically back it up to the left. Back it up to the left here. And then from there, you're gonna wait till you hear that click. Once you hear that click of those threads kind of, that being pushed all the way out, then you could slowly start to bring it in until it's very basic, not hand tight, not all the way, because we're gonna wanna do this one next. And then at that point, we're gonna alternate, right? Turn, 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 until you feel that it's comfortable. But 1, 2, 1, 2. It really prevents the optic from being uneven, which happens from time to time. I really enjoy this one, and if I have a carry model or anything that's in a K or subcompact, this kind of optic will go on there. I do wish Holosun made a 509 with the ACSS technology that had the enclosed emitter here. So a little square. But yeah, ultimately this is not my gun, so I do not have that on there. This would be that, that option for something that comes and it says that it's optic ready, okay? The other option you have is if you have a P365, you could actually just take off this slide and then buy an optic ready slide. And you can do that with a lot of pistols. Here, this is a Glock 19. This is a Generation 4 Glock 19. I could not get the optic here. However, on the optic, we have a 507C X2, and this is actually the ACSS version, right? So you can tell I like that ACSS. What I did is I took off my old Glock slide, and then I bought a Brownell slide with a RMR footprint. That's what fits this particular optic, and the Trijicon RMR footprint is actually more of a full size, so you can actually see there's a little bit hanging off here for a full-size gun. This is again a compact because it's a Glock 19. Now what we're looking at with this particular style is that this came in the RMR footprint, so all I had to do, pop this right on, again apply a little lube, little grease at the bottom. Here we are with the Torx screws, throw that in there, clean those threads, then we're going to put the that Loctite on there, the blue Loctite, back this up until it clicks, until we hear the threads aligning, and then start turning it clockwise. From here, same thing, counterclockwise till we hear the click after we've cleaned the screws, and then apply the blue Loctite, and then we'll start putting this on until we know that it's in, not all the way, because we're not pushing the pressure. We don't want this to be uneven, to a point in which we can start to turn clockwise, 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 right? Then you can mark it, and you'll be good to go. Don't forget, do not forget, you will be shooting and your battery tray will shoot out. So do not forget the blue Loctite and to apply this here. And regards to zeroing, here's the, you're just gonna use a flat head screwdriver, a really small one. The one that it came with is crappy in plastic, so you're gonna wanna use a decent metal one if you have the chance. So that would be, this is an RMR footprint, the 507K footprint, and then also I think it's called the RMSC footprint, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But these are the preferred methods, right? The preferred methods, this keeps it low, it really keeps it secure directly to the slide in all these cases. And then the last option you have here is a slide plate. So here we have a Taurus TX22 competition, hands down one of my favorite 22s. I got about 250 rounds through this right now, and it does have that threaded barrel. Here it comes with a couple of these plates here, right? And they accommodate different footprints. So with something like this, you would put the plate down. You could hear it's kind of like metal or plastic, or, you know, I'm not quite sure. But usually you want the metal ones, mainly because plastic tends to flex. And what you could do is you slap this right on. Okay. There we go. And from here is where you would put on your optic, right? So basically you can, this is the plates, and different plates have different styles. So again, this is empty, so don't, you know, worry about that. Different plates have different styles, but you will apply a plate. Some people put one down and then they put another one on top. What that does is it changes the bore axis. However, with this firearm, the plates are just fine because this is direct to the barrel, which means the only thing reciprocating is the, well, you can see right here, is the slide. This does not move because it's directly milled to the barrel. But yeah, that's the third method, and you would go about the same thing, looking up the appropriate plate, slapping on that plate, and then slapping on that optic. You know, be sure to take a look at, you know, which screws work and which screws don't. You know, that often requires extra information. I do vote for metal over plastic when it comes to slide plates, and there are you know, some challenges finding the right slide plates. It's a universal challenge that all gun owners have to deal with, but I would urge you to consult Reddit. I would urge you to consult the manufacturer's website. Also, don't believe everything you read on Reddit. It's you know, but sometimes they have subreddits dedicated to each manufacturer where a lot of people are asking the same question. So a quick Google search, a quick YouTube search, and you'll find out not only which optic fits your footprint, but how best you would like to mount your optic to your firearm. So stay well, stay safe, stay healthy. Appreciate you guys tuning on in, and I do hope that this was helpful. Have a great day.